Today, we have the great honor and we have the great privilege to be here in front of CAIR. CAIR, it means that they care. And since they care, we want to remind them to care about everybody, about all the Muslims and all the non-Muslims. So we're here to speak to our wonderful friends in CAIR. And here we have some things that have been happening. This is a poster from about 20 years ago. And this poster talks about, "Oh Allah, free my father." This talks about the effective death penalty counterterrorism bill. This was of 1996. That means 20 years ago, they had set up the Muslims. They set up the Muslims because of the First World Trade Center in 1993. That means that the government had a program designed to destroy Islam, to put Islam on the defensive. Now, we as a movement was aware of this, and we tried to have demonstrations and make our friends aware of this type of thing. In the meantime, today, brothers and sisters, there's a great war against Islam. And that war is right here in America, and it's all over the world. We are part of As-Sabiqun movement. We have a civil rights, civil liberties organization right here. According to its own dialogue, it said it is the most prominent civil liberties organization based on Islam in the United States. But we want to ask, what is the criteria? What is the criteria for CAIR standing up for the Muslims? We have a situation in New York. They stand up for that. They have a little mosque burning. In other cities, they stand up for that. But here we are, Masjid al-Islam. In Oakland, we have been assaulted by the police department, by government agents. We have been raided by pro-Arab Zionist Negroes. We have suffered all types of indignation formed and fronted by the Oakland Police Department and the FBI. But it seems like we do not fit the criteria for being defended by the people called CAIR. So we're here today to let you know that 20 years ago, we was all friends. We was all demonstrating for Palestine and for everywhere else. But now, we call every day and every night, week in on week out, and we can't get a response. We want to know, is it because we're black? Is it because we're African American? Is it because we have done something to offend Islam? Is that the reason that we cannot be defended? Is that the reason that we cannot get a phone call answered? What is the reason? So if we're a part of CAIR, and CAIR is supposed to stand up for the rights of the Muslims, then that means that either you have to stand up for our rights also, or get your butt out of town. You cannot claim that you are a big supporter of civil rights and civil liberties, and you stand up for everybody but us. And you was hanging around the Black Lives Matter. Well, what about if you have an imam in the United States that was arrested in their own masjid, right? Put in jail jail and brutalized by the police department, then why can't you stand up for us? You have a live representative. You have a person that is a live representative. You don't have to go and find no Black Lives Matter and see what they say. You have those people right here that is a part of your community that have worked hard for your development. That if you're really a part of CAIR, says Imam abdul-Alim Musa facing death threats. That means that people have come to our masjid. They can call on the phone, they can stalk us all day long, and we have a valid case, but nobody stands up for us. We can have Imam abdul-Alim Musa receives death threats. Well, if we have death threats, then why can't anybody come and find out about us? Why are we of no interest? Armed intruders attacked Masjid al-Islam in Oakland. That means people come to our masjid at this same time, at high noon, 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the daytime, with guns drawn in the streets in Oakland, with witnesses. It's in one of the most popular printouts and papers and news magazines in the United States and Canada. Everybody reads it. But we're not good enough. One says Imam abdul-Alim Musa arrested and held in jail for 15 hours. Now that's different from the one coming into the masjid or coming outside the masjid with guns, drawn up and down the street. 10 or 15 police cars come, and you know what they do? They block the street so that the one that had the guns could get away. They don't come and ask us nothing, what's going on. And on top of that, there's a camera right across the street, supposed to be traffic camera, pointed right at our masjid, picking up everything. The police come by, take one phone picture and drive away. Before they leave, they block the streets off so the ones holding the guns can get away. One lady says, "Oh, why is that? Here they are, here's some over here." This is what a lady, an innocent person says. Why are the police letting them get away, right? It's because they was attacking Masjid al-Islam, the last and only independent African-American movement-orientated Masjid al-Islam, masjid in the United States. Now, the other one is where we were arrested in the masjid at 12 o'clock at night. We were arrested at 12 o'clock at night while we had the deed to the property. Let me see, is that one with the deed? Yeah. This one may have, this one is good. Now there's one with the deed. There we go. Here we are, arrested. And you can hold that one for a minute. This is South Africa right here. This is the deed to the masjid. And of course it has, bought in 1981, taxes are paid on it. It actually has my signature on it and my name on it in 2 places. Clarence Ring, that's a slave name, that's not my name now. Don't come call me Clarence. Well, one of those Negroes tried to make me mad in Oakland. Clarence, you ought to know better. Or when the police want to be funny, they say, Clarence, you ought to do this and you ought to be quiet. They're just trying to make me mad because my name is Abdul-Alim Musa. My slave name was Dear Clarence. Actually, past 2X later. Okay. They came to the Masjid, the police, 12 police cars, lights flashing at 2:30 in the morning, September the 2nd. That was probably 2014. Arrested me for, this is the arrest right here, for trespassing, and it said that I was arrested because refused to go on owner's request. That's what it says right here. Now the guy that got me arrested is a police. I got the deed in my hand. I said, no, he's not the owner. I'm the owner. Here, look at this. They just arrested me anyway. And they worked the brother over. Now, you know, at that time I was 69. It ain't no big deal. But when they talk about Black Lives Matter and I can't breathe, that's what they did to the brother. They did exactly the same thing. All the martial arts, all of the holding you down, putting their foot or hand, I couldn't tell whether it was a foot or a hand, you're handcuffed behind, you're on the ground, they have your legs lifted up, right? And then they have your hands lifted up too. That put all the weight on your chest. Now y'all can see I got a nice little chest. That's because I work out. If I didn't work out, I would have choked to death because I wouldn't be able to breathe. That means the police could have choked me with my own body weight and it would be no mark on me, right? We called CAIR and they wouldn't answer the phone. We said, CAIR, CAIR, come on out of there, CAIR. What y'all doing? If you care, come on out. You mean you don't care? Well, take care of your thing. How can you stand by and if you don't come out, what is this? Thursday, Friday, we'll be back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In every program you have, CAIR, every fundraiser you have, we're going to be outside of there explaining to the people why you don't care about us. This ain't no rock and roll song, why you don't care about us. No. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo te ha ido? Bien? Okay, gracias. Yeah. Why you don't care? What's wrong with us? Are we not human beings? Are we not Muslims? Huh? The hadith is very clear about Muslims. That if you find your brother in trouble, right, you have to support your brother. You have to care for your brother, right? You have to defend your brother. Actually, the Quran says this. The believers are kind to each other, soft-hearted toward each other, and shadid against the non-believers, strong against the non-believers. But we have a case here where CAIR is kind to the disbelievers, kind to America. They got a new policy of joining hands with Zionists and anti-Palestinians here in America. They can join with anti-Palestinians. They can join with everybody, but they can't join with us. What's wrong with us? Now, you got Ibrahim Hooper up there. Where you hiding at, Ibrahim Hooper? Come on out of there. You supposed to care. You can't stand up there and play like you can't hear me. And don't y'all close them shades. Look at there. Black Lives Matter. Well, I be doggone. Now here I am. Here we are. We are Muslims, which you Council of American Relations and Islamic Relations, man, you got a Black Lives Matter sign out in the window, and we got to stand out here jumping up and down and hollering to get you to even come outside and say, hey man, did that really happen? Have you been really assaulted? Have you been taken off planes? There's one from South Africa. Y'all defend people if they just mumble at them on the plane. They have some people that say Allahu Akbar on the plane, they holler at them and throw them off the plane. Not their brother. Here is South Africa, in Johannesburg. They not only didn't let me get on the plane, they told me, it says right here, number Clarence Green, poor guy, U.S. Flight 207, September the 4th. For customary, do not board. Do not board. So I said, well, what do I have to do to get on the plane? You can't get on the plane. I said, why? I'm an American citizen. I got to go back to America. And never have an American citizen been denied to enter America. He said, we're not denying your right to enter America. We're denying your right to get on your flight that you got a ticket for. You flew there in on, this is flight 207, you flew in on 208, and you can't leave the country. Now suppose I didn't have no friends there and I'd just come to the airport. I gotta go back, go to the American Embassy, go to the American Consulate in Johannesburg, and they tell me you gone back to that airport on September 6th, 2 days later. I get back there, they say you cannot get on the plane. You hear that? Now that's 2 extra days. Now, they wrote the information on the roster of the airport personnel. If you want witnesses, I got all the witnesses, their names, their numbers, all the airport personnel, all the witnesses are right there. So I said, I've been back here 2 extra days, I might be running out of money. You don't know what's going on. They say, you can't board the plane. We're not denying your right to enter the country. I said, okay, I told a friend there, I've been dealing in some air transportation before. I said, get me a ticket from Johannesburg to Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro, Mexico City. Mexico City to Tijuana, Mexico. And I'll walk across the border. You know what that guy did? Oh, I think you can board the plane now. Because they saw that I wasn't going to put up with this. And I knew how to, if I can't get on the plane, forget it. I'll go somewhere else. And go the other way, and I'll walk across the border. It's inconvenient, but when they saw I wasn't going to stand for it, they said, oh, you can get on the plane. Did CAIR ask anything about it? Does CAIR care about that? If they snatch me off the plane June 23rd, San Francisco Airport, do they care? You remember the time they held me up in Las Vegas? What was that?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. You got to be quiet in this airport. I said, be quiet? What are you talking about? I say, I'm the customer here. You have to treat me different. Then they brought a police saying, you gotta be quiet. I said, I don't see no sign saying be quiet. You must be crazy. What's wrong with y'all? I said, they can't talk to me like that. I'm a customer. If I flew in with no problem, I can't fly out with no problem. The people don't want you on the plane. I said, what you mean the people don't want me on? You the one talking trash. The people love me. Don't y'all like me? There you go, right? I said, that's right. You can't talk to me like that. Well, you're going to have to go. They arrested brother. I got the arrest record. They took me to, where is it? The LA, Las Vegas jailhouse. They don't take none of the Muslims to the, I see you up there. Don't you hide. I just saw the guy. You ought to be shaming yourself up there. CAIR? If y'all don't get your butt, if you don't get your behind out of there and stop hiding and slipping around, what's wrong? Did the police, did the FBI tell you to leave us alone? We're supposed to be friends. We got your name on one of our programs right here. Look at him. Right here. Nihad. Yes, you did. This is years ago, though. 2003. Boy, Al-Moody, he's in the penitentiary. Is that what you worried about? They put Al-Moody in the penitentiary. Is it you worried about going to the penitentiary like Al-Moody? Did the government tell you to stay away from us? Did they? I want to know. Come on out here. You don't come out. Every fundraiser you have. You got millions of dollars now. You got 33 offices around the United States. Not one to help us. We call you in D.C., we call you in Oakland, we call you everywhere. And you don't have nothing to say. Something is wrong. CAIR? You don't have to be scared of no FBI. We had a program called How to Pump the FBI. Yes, we did. And they ain't did nothing. You're a citizen of this country. You do not have to be afraid. This is a message to all the Muslims. You don't have to be afraid of no FBI. You don't have to be afraid of no system because they're gonna oppress you. If we was afraid of standing up for our rights, we would still be in slavery right now. So what we got to do is, we out here, we're going to stand up. We're going to encourage you up there. Got a Black Lives Matter in there. The only imam in the United States been whooped and jumped on by the FBI. And Alexandria Penitentiary out there in California. Yes, they did. You didn't come then. Why did you come to my court date back in 90-something when the police was beating the people on the parkway out there, right? You came to that. Yes, you did. You came to the court. There you was sitting in the court. I said, there's Nihad Awad, nice fellow, coming to our court. Of course, they throw it out because we had stopped the police from beating a citizen. PG County Police. You came to that. Why you don't come now? Did the police tell you like everybody else, stay away from Musa? I want to know. Did the police tell you? Nihad Awad. And I know you up there somewhere, Ibrahim Hooper hiding. Coming down here from Canada talking about we got freedom. What freedom you got? Won't even answer a telephone call. I heard you got a fancy website talking about, what do they call it? They got some kind of, you can tweet them or do something. Anyway, how to pump the FBI. That's the way we feel about it. You don't have to allow no government agency to harass you. The FBI is a bunch of punks. If the FBI tell Nihad Awad or anybody else to stay away from Imam Musa, something is wrong with Nihad Awad. And he ought to stop talking about he's head of CAIR. Get that Black Lives Matter sign. Look at that. Yeah, can you put it, get it on it? It's a Black Lives Matter sign up there. We done called you over 20 times just to look at the case. We got open and shut cases on the FBI. The most criminal behavior almost in the history without killing somebody. We got that. All this stuff right here. We didn't make none of this up. This is all just regular stuff. It's been happening. You got articles here talking about permit Muslims unclave. Daniel Pipes. We on Daniel Pipes' list. The one encouraged the writing of the Danish conspiracy. That was Daniel Pipes behind it. And his homeboy in Denmark cooked up that anti-Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, stuff. And we on Daniel Pipes' list. Other, Steve Emerson. Abraham Foxman. We've been on Abe's list for 35 years, since we was in California. We came out in the San Francisco Chronicle and other newspapers. We don't care about the FBI. If you don't know how to fight them, you get with us and we'll tell you how to challenge the FBI and not come out with a scratch on you. Here we are. We've been fighting the FBI and all these other groups for over 40 years and we don't have a scratch on us. The reason that you're CAIR and you're not making no progress is because you're afraid. Well, here's what we're telling you. If you're supposed to be CAIR, you got a Black Lives Matter sign in your window. We're not only Muslim, but we're black too. Then if you don't stand up for our rights too, you're going to have to get your butt out of D.C. That's right. Every program you have, we coming to and we're going to tell the people with flyers and information that CAIR does not care. It cares about the sweetie pie Muslims. It cares about the immigrant Muslims. And don't say we anti-immigrant. We done stood up and raised funds for all of y'all. We the only ones raised money openly for Samuel Arian. Y'all didn't raise no money for him. And we told y'all 23 years ago when they came out in the city paper with Dar Hijra on the front page. We told you then what you're gonna have. But you didn't listen. So Abu Marzouk went to the penitentiary. Then when y'all opened this CAIR, you opened a pacifist, cowardly approach. You work more with anybody except the Muslims that need your assistance, right? Think about it. They defend anybody if you got a hijab issue, if you got a lunch counter issue, right? If they gave you a hassle on a plane, CAIR will have you in court in 20 minutes. But if they snatch you off the plane over and over again, beat you upside the head, come to your masjid with guns, send snitches there to destroy your functioning center, steal property, good God Almighty. Man, this has never happened in U.S. history. Anybody to take our case is going straight to the Supreme Court. You want an opportunity to get at Miranda, you got it. You want an opportunity to get at Brown versus Board of Education, 1964, that brought in integration, the civil rights movement. This right here, our case, will open up the doors of the legal system. Now, it won't do no good, but you will get a Supreme Court case that will ring in the people's ears about freedom, about justice in America. You want something to help you defend yourself against immigration, you got it right here. You want something to help you against Islamophobia. Now imagine, let me give you an idea. If this wasn't a false setup, then we would be in jail. If the FBI had anything on us, if we were not the cleanest Muslims in America, we would be in jail, right? Abe Foxman would present them with it. Why do you think they ban us from Canada and ban us from the U.S.? Why do you think they ban us from all over the world? They ban us because we don't have any legal representation. They ban us because CAIR only cares about the kind of people that it likes. CAIR, Council of American Islamic Relations, you take that Black Lives Matter out of that. You take it out. Not only we're Muslim, but we're black too. You got to learn how to fight the FBI. You don't fear. If you're an American, look, this is what we say about the FBI. They're a bunch of punks. You know why we say it? Because these moderate people, they don't know about oppression. Your government is so dirty and low down how it treats good citizens. You know what Islam do in the black neighborhood? Stop people from drinking, killing, and all that. Well, why don't they want it? Because it don't fit their criteria. And then we have our friends who are supposed to represent the Muslims. They let the FBI, this is a deed for a property. This is an arrest. Can you imagine you getting arrested in your own property, taken to jail, and brutalized by the police, and you got the deed to the property in your hand? That's what they do to Muslims. If you don't have any legal representation, they can do anything they want to you. So, dear believers, CAIR does not care at all. CAIR picks and chooses its cases. The FBI tells them who to defend. And they tell them, stay away from Imam Musa. What's all these? We got stuff here where they break into the Masjid. Here's the key. Just before y'all leave, this is the key to what's going on. This right here says, revolution from Egypt to the Americas. Can you see that? Okay. Then they have Oakland and the Islamic Revolution. That's where I'm from, Oakland. Then it has Oakland and the Islamic Revolution. This is Imam Jamil Alameen. Have y'all ever heard of H. Rap Brown? Anybody ever heard of H. Rap Brown? You heard it? Okay. Stokely Carmichael? Smith? You ever heard of Martin Luther King? Malcolm X? Stokely Carmichael and H. Rap Brown. Ask anybody. Ask your parents. Yeah, put it up on the phone right now. Pull up H. Rap Brown. This is H. Rap Brown. He's a big Muslim leader. He's in prison for being set up by the police. Here's the next guy. Look at it, and you can leave. This is Imam Luqman. He's shot 18 times in Detroit. Then they have me there. You know what that sign with me at the bottom means? Nigga, your best friend is in jail for the rest of his life. We done killed your other friend. If you don't keep your mouth shut, we gonna kill your black ass. That's what it means. That's why we have a program, How to Punk the FBI. Didn't all your parents fight for their freedom? Tell the truth. They fought for freedom. We from Oakland and Berkeley. You ever heard of the free speech movement, Mario Savio and all of those people? They stood up for truth. And that's what we're doing out here, standing up for the truth. We want to thank y'all for paying 2 minutes of attention. And don't you worry, you're going to hear more and see more. Now, CAIR, white folks spent more time paying attention to us than you did. That's pitiful. Ain't that pitiful? Did you see the white folks?
We supposed to do the same thing.
Yeah, the white folks came out and stopped and listened. And CAIR hides behind the door. All right, Nihad. We're leaving now. You know what MacArthur said? I shall return. Now, Nihad and Brother Hooper, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. You won't even come out and offer the brothers a cup of tea. You won't say, come on in. You won't do nothing. No salam, no nothing. Good God Almighty. And got that Black Lives Matter sign up there. We not only Muslim, but we black and we can't get the time of day. I think you are hypocrites up there, CAIR. CAIR does not care about black people, about Muslims that face the government. You just don't care. Well, we're going to give you a breather. Tomorrow's Jummah. We'll give you Sunday off. We'll be back Monday. When we look, any program you're going to have, and we're within 100 or 200-300 miles, D.C., Oakland, California, we're going to be there. We think you guys have done a bad job representing Islam. We think it is unconscionable for you to have representation and cooperation with every organization in the world except the one that is facing the struggle of the United States government. We like our job. We want to help you. We're not out here to cause you sleepless nights. We out here to help you come to your religion, Islam. We are out here to help you, yes, accept your responsibility as a Muslim. We are out here to help you, yes. So we thank you, dear people. At least you can give us a call.
202-486-5995. Anytime.
You can't call us on the phone. Oh, wait a minute. Just a minute. I know you can call us on the phone. You mean, I don't believe it, dear viewers, that they done scared the people so much they won't even call us on the phone. What about sending a carrier pigeon? They can't trace no carrier pigeon. Get to one of your friends. Get us a message saying, I love you. I like you. Anything. Say that. But don't hide up there and say nothing. Thank y'all very much. I hope that you really care. I hope you care about your mama, your friends, your brothers and sisters. I hope you care about somebody. But I know you don't care about us. Thank you very much. Wassalam.